Welcome to Kat Sarah Yoga. I'm Kat and today we're going to do a breathing practice called full yogic breathing. This is a really rejuvenating breath that's excellent for bringing you into a state of relaxation and also relieving anxiety. So for today's practice we're going to lie down and I'm going to get you to use your hands on your body as a guide. But just remember, once you know the practice, you don't have to do it lying down, you can be sitting up or standing, and you don't have to use your hands as a guide either. So you can do these full yogic breaths very subtly, anytime, anywhere that you need to just connect with your breath, slow everything down, and relieve anxiety. So this is a great practice to know. I hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. So we're going to come and lie down, come into a mermaid position, and lower yourself down via the strength of your arms, roll over onto your back. Give your knees a hug in, have a gentle rock side to side, wiggling your tailbone, wiggling your sit bones down towards the foot of the mat. Place your feet down to the earth. So you could stay like this with the toes turning in, the heels turning out, pigeon-toed. And this will help to tip the pelvis slightly backwards. It's good if you have any tension in your lower back. This will lengthen the lower back muscles. So if they're tense, it brings them into that slightly lengthened state, alleviating the tension. The internal rotation of the thighs helps to open the sacroiliac area, so the joint where the spine meets the pelvis. So lots of people get lots of tension in the muscles around that joint. So we want to keep it nice and soft, released and opened, and the internal rotation of the thighs will help with that. So stay like this if you have tension in your back, or if you think that you would be okay lying flat on your back, then separate the knees. Let your left knee flop out to the left and extend the left leg out. Let the right knee flop out to the right and extend the right leg out. Feeling nice and open across the hips. So however your legs are, make sure that your shoulders are relaxing down your back. Palms are facing upwards and the chin slightly tucked in towards your chest, so the back of the neck is long. Allow your awareness to come to your breath. Notice your natural pattern of breath. The breath flowing in, and the breath flowing out. The breath flowing in, and the breath flowing out. Place your hands onto your belly with your middle fingertips lightly touching in the center. On your inhalation, direct your breath all the way down to the depths of your belly. On your exhalation, feel as though you're sending every single last drop of breath out from the depths of the belly. So inhaling deep into the belly, imagine that you're sending your inhalation all the way down to your hips, all the way down to the pelvic floor, which is relaxed on the inhalation. You could imagine with your hands on your belly that you're breathing into the belly and the breath seeps out through the skin of the belly into the hands. And then exhaling again, every single last drop of breath leaves the body. So you'll notice as you inhale into your belly that the belly will rise and expand into the hands, and you'll feel a separating of the middle fingertips. And then as you exhale and you send every last drop of breath out, the middle fingertips will come lightly back together. Belly falls and flattens. This is abdominal breathing or belly breathing, and it's very relaxing. And it's also known as diaphragmatic breathing. So what you're really doing here is breathing from the respiratory diaphragm. The respiratory diaphragm is a muscle which separates the organs of the chest from the organs of the abdomen. So when you inhale using the diaphragm will flatten. And that allows the breath to come into the lower portions of the lungs, and it displaces the abdominal organs, so it sends the belly outwards. So you're not pushing with the tummy muscles or anything like that to get the belly out. You're simply focusing the inhalation, the action of the inhalation, on the respiratory diaphragm. So you're engaging that muscle at the base of the ribs. It flattens, it draws breath into the lower portions of the lungs, and it sends the abdominal organs outwards naturally. And then as you exhale from the diaphragm, it relaxes up into its dome shape, its relaxed state, into the bottom of the ribs. So it relaxes up into a dome shape, sending the breath out of the lower portions of the lungs. When you're breathing into the lower portions of the lungs using the respiratory diaphragm, you won't see much expansion of the rest of the chest. You just see that expansion of the belly on the inhale. And the release, the belly falling back towards the spine as you exhale. So as well as being deeply relaxing, the lower portions of the lungs are actually very rich in blood supply. So when you can direct your breath to the lower portions of the lungs, like this, as in diaphragmatic breathing, you're really bringing a lot more oxygen into your body through that rich blood supply in the lower portions of the lungs. So as you're exhaling and you're sending every last drop of breath out from the depths of the belly, you might just completely relax everything. Or maybe you'll feel even a little bit of engagement of the tummy muscles or a lift of the pelvic floor, helping to send every single last drop of breath out. So you can choose to create that very soft engagement, or you can just relax everything as that last drop of breath leaves the body, making space for more breath to come in. Keep going for a few more rounds of this deep, delicious belly breath. After your next exhalation, slide your hands up to your lower rib cage. Just like before, inhaling into your belly, feeling it rise and expand. Then inhaling into the chest. Feel the ribs expanding into the hands, and exhale from the chest and from the belly. So inhaling belly. Inhaling chest, exhaling chest, exhaling from the depths of the belly. The breath is like a wave washing up the body on the inhale and down on the exhale. As you breathe up into your chest, you feel the ribs expanding forwards, backwards and out to the side. And as you release the breath from the chest, you feel the ribs draw in evenly. So you're breathing into the belly, feel it expands, and breathe into the chest. The rib cage expanding like a life jacket evenly around your body. And then drawing in evenly as the breath leaves the chest, the breath leaves the belly. And another breath flows in. Washing up, washing down. So these breaths are very oxygenating. You might begin to find yourself feeling a little bit lightheaded. That's perfectly normal because you're bringing in so much more oxygen than you would normally. So we're really oxygenating the cells of the body. And you're also removing more carbon dioxide than you would normally in a normal tidal breath as well. These full yogic breaths are so rejuvenating for the cells of your body. Let's complete the full yogic breath. So after your next exhalation, slide your hands up to the very top of the chest by the collarbone. And just like before, inhaling into your belly, inhaling into the chest, and then right the way to the very top of the chest, feeling the collarbones rise. Exhaling from the top of the chest, all the way down to the belly. Every last drop of breath leaving the body, ready to make space for a new breath to come in. Inhaling belly, chest, the very top of the chest. Make sure the shoulders stay down the back as the collarbones rise. And exhaling from the top of the chest, all the way down to the belly, the full yogic breath. With a full yogic breath, an average adult will exchange up to 3 litres of air as opposed to about half a litre for a normal tidal breath. So you can see how refreshing and rejuvenating these breaths are for your body. Keep one hand up on the top of your chest, slide one hand down to your belly so that with your hands you can feel that full expansion on the inhale from belly to chest to the very top of the chest. And that release from the top of the chest all the way down to the belly, like a wave washing down. The breath washes up the body on the inhalation, filling belly, filling chest, sending that last burst of breath into the top of the chest. And down on the exhalation. And the breath leaving the chest and the belly. Making space for new breath in. You might like to stay with these full yogic breaths, maybe bringing your arms down by your sides, palms up. Or maybe you'd like to bring your arms down by your sides and let your breath return to a natural pattern. Making the most of your newfound sense of relaxation here, to have a little shavasana, a rest here, observing the breath as it flows in and as it flows out. Thank you for joining me for the practice today. Namaste. If you've enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button, consider sharing this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. You can also support me on Patreon to help keep the channel running. Thank you for sharing your yoga journey with me. I'll see you on the next video.